Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaRachakodash, double honors to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone. Yeah, look, real quick. This is proof that we are living in the very end and that this is the same generation that persecuted Yahweh Shai. And I'm talking about Israelites. That same wicked seed root is back here today because there's a lot of people coming to the defense of Al-Azhar, and they're trying to spin it all kind of ways. And what they're looking for is loopholes and technicalities, and they're trying to say that, oh, technically the man didn't sin. And they're trying to justify him. They're trying to set him up to be, oh, he did nothing wrong. All these things that this man has said, never mind all the evil things that this man has said, right? Never mind the fact that he was on the train of accusing Great Millstone of being a part of some, or having some type of sexual fetish or deviancy towards, little boys and girls. And to come to find out, he's the one with the never mind all these things that he said and the hypocrisy that, and the Lord is revealing him. You see that these people are trying to say, oh, he's not a bad person and that he didn't do anything wrong and technically he didn't sin. So that just goes to show you that no matter the position, there's nothing else he could have been caught. There's nothing else that he could have got caught with, right? To have these people use just judgment and say, like, yes, it's a judgment from the Lord. He was in a so-called leadership position. He failed. He was being a hypocrite. That there's nothing else that could be said for these people to accept that, because at the end of the day, it's either, well, David repented, so no big deal, or he didn't sin. So this is seeking for justification rather than actually dealing with the problem at hand. This goes to show you that this is exactly what Yahweh Shai had to deal with. You guys, you niggas, you chose Barabbas over the just man. You chose Barabbas over Yahweh Shai. You killed Yahweh Shai. Talking about all of you all who don't see a problem with this, and that, oh, everybody should just leave him alone. You chose Barabbas, man. You were that same generation back then that put Yahweh Shai to death and let a murderer go so that you don't have to deal with, you prefer the wicked. You have respect of persons. If it wasn't for Great Millstone, you all, and we were just talking about this, but best believe these same individuals and these who's defending this guy, even in these same individuals who are going to keep silent about it, they're just not going to say anything about it. They would have already killed. They're the ones that killed the prophets. They would have already killed us a long time ago, because back then they had the power to do it. And you really think they're gonna go back and forth when it comes to the doctrine and the scriptures? How mad they are when they curse us out, or they call us this and they slander us. Do you really think that in the ancient they would take the time to do that? No, they'll just put us to death because they had the power to do so. So if it wasn't for Great Millstone today, you all would just continue on in your wickedness, and you would put the prophets to death, because the prophets are like annoying to you. That's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Like, where it is, we're wicked, but we can't go about our wickedness as long as those pesky prophets of Yahweh Shai are there to condemn our lifestyle, are there to reprove us in our thoughts. So we have to get rid of them. That's what you do, and that's what you're doing now. Luke 23, verse 15, it says, no, nor yet Herod, for I sent you to him, and lo, nothing worthy of death is done unto him. Talking about Yahweh Shai. I will therefore chastise him and release him, for of necessity he must release one unto them at the feast. And they cried out all at once, saying, away with this man, and release unto us Barabbas, who for a certain sedition made in the city, and for murder was cast into prison. So this guy you wanted released was an actual murderer. This man caused a sedition in the city. He took someone's life. He ruined someone's family. But because of the hate of the righteous man, You just said, get him out of here. We don't want to deal with him because he's reproving our thoughts. We can't go about our wickedness and our wicked deeds as long as this man is here to be the light in the world. So give us the murderer. And that's exactly what you all are doing right now when you're all coming to his defense in the sense of saying, oh, he didn't technically do sin. They're trying to find loopholes, right? They don't understand the gravity of the situation. They don't understand that this is judgment from Yahweh Yahushua. They don't understand that he's just another example of one who's being a hypocrite in the nation of Israel. Now, if this guy was an average Joe Schmo that was found out in the congregation, everybody would laugh. Like when Nate, right, when he brought up that situation with the goat in his congregation. Why did he bring that up? I don't know. Because he clearly didn't condemn him or kick him out. He just making fun of him, just embarrassing the man. And you better hope that the man was actually guilty of whatever you accusing him of. Because if that man was innocent, you just stained him. You just stained him to the whole congregation. You just embarrassed him. And whatever you do to him, whatever you do to others, the Lord gonna do to you. So be ready. Your turn is next, IUIC. Be ready for your dirty laundry to be aired out. And we already know you using this. All of you all, you're all afraid. You don't know what's next. You don't know who's next. So you're over there playing cleanup. You're playing cleanup because you know that same evil wickedness is going on behind the scenes over there. Yeah, the Lord is searching Jerusalem with candlesticks. But nevertheless, when he brought up that story about the goat, why, I don't know, they embarrassed him, right? They laughed at him because to him, he's a nobody. He's a low rank. But let that have been found out about one of his high-ranking officers. First of all, you wouldn't hear about it, but let if somebody aired out that story, one of the high-ranking officers, mess around with a goat. We don't know. They would all come to his aid. Oh, you don't know the story. You shouldn't air out something if you ain't got all the details. He could have been innocent, because it's not about what's right? It's not about what's right. It's about respecter of persons. Let this happen in the world, and you all would condemn whoever it is in the world, but because this guy here called Alazar, right? Now it ain't really that bad. It ain't really nothing wrong with that. Technically, he didn't sin. So now there's loopholes and now there's excuses. This is the same generation that put Yahushua to death, and you chose Barabbas. You niggas chose a murderer over the righteous. Proverbs 17:15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord. So even being one or the other, and you all are both. You justifying the wicked and you condemning the just, because you all are worried about and labeling us things that we're not, and you're just sitting back hoping that this type of information came out against Great Millstone, so you all of you in Israel would have something to say. But because it's found out that one of the same ones, the Lord got polite, and then now it's Alazar, then who's next? The same ones accusing us of doing things is the same one that's doing it. He's the one that has a sexual deviancy and these weird fetishes. And a lot of you all are the same, but you want to pin it on us. So you condemning the just while justifying the wicked, man. You niggas chose Barabbas. That's what you did. Acts 4. Let's see. I thought I had it. Oh, yeah. This is, Matthew 23, verse 34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes. Some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them ye shall scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, and from the blood of the righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, unto Barabbas, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. This is the same generation that persecuted Yahushua, that said away with him. This is the same generation that said, let his blood be upon us and our children. This is the same generation that said, give us Barabbas, a murderer, and kill the just man, kill the righteous man. And at the same time, if you could, you would kill us because we're the only ones that speaking out the truth, spoiling your fun and your wickedness. That's why you all are silent when it comes to this guy. But let Great Millstone have a slip of the tongue at camp. Now everybody got something to say, just like they was scoping out Yahushua. This guy's got to be something off with him. There's just got to be something off with him. We're going to watch him. We're going to spy him. We're going to get him caught up in his words. Anything. And you saw when they was looking for a reason to persecute him, they said what? False witnesses came up, and it couldn't stick. No, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Oh, I know. He said that he would destroy the temple, and in 3 days he would raise it. Oh, we don't need to hear nothing else. This nigga's wicked. Get out of here. That's you niggas. You're all back here today, looking and grasping at straws and looking for loopholes and technicalities and all these things to justify the wickedness done by an alleged self-proclaimed chief priest. Let's not acknowledge that this is judgment from the Lord, and that moving forward is between him and the Lord. You got to come to his aid. That shows you niggas chose Barabbas. And if you would kill the prophets again, so that you all could continue on in your wickedness, man. But Yahushua is just getting started. Okay? So with that, shalom.